Hi, I'm Gabriella Mendelsohn, qualified and registered art therapist. Bringing us here today on the seventh and final part of our journey of nurturing our souls has been an enlightening and fulfilling experience for me. I hope you share my sentiment, and I hope that each day's activity up until now, until this point, has added some meaning, depth, and life to the journey of nurturing your soul. I hope it has also been enlightening and given you a deeper understanding of yourself, how you are in this world, the context that you're in, and therefore how to proceed with more clarity and understanding. In therapy, endings and breaks are often addressed. Nothing lasts forever. Many things in life end or take a long break, and therapy represents a microcosm of this. How we deal with endings and breaks in therapy is how we can deal with any other ending or closure in our lives. Often, I don't get the opportunity to have a contained and structured ending. Sometimes endings are abrupt, unplanned, terminated by either the client by their choice or not by their choice. But sometimes I have the luxury of having a break or an ending coming up that we can prepare for. This preparation is as deep and meaningful as the therapy itself, because it helps us to prepare for all the endings we might experience in our life. Coming to the end of this 7-day journey feels a little bit like preparing for one of these breaks or endings that I have in therapy. And I'd like to use this opportunity to really get healing and closure through having a proper ending rather than an abrupt halt. This feeling can then be applied to many other situations in our lives. The beauty of art therapy and what we've had over the last 7 days together is that we have some very tangible objects, artworks and creations to use as part of our ending, to use as part of a measurement of our journey, to track our growth, and to symbolize each day and what it means. That is why I'm going to be doing the same technique in this closing video that I do with all my clients when we're about to embark on an ending or a break. And that is to do a review on each of the artworks, lay them all out, all 6 previous days, and we're going to go through them one by one, looking back. What does day 1 represent for you? What's changed? Do you feel like a whole new person 6 days later? Or does it feel exactly the same? Day 1 was the letter to your transitional object after a little bit of information around the Basutu blanket. Take some time to engage with this after the 6 days of growth and journeying. Day 2 was making our own Basutu blanket. Who was the person a few days ago who made this blanket? What is this blanket bringing up for you now? Would you do anything different to it? Add, change, subtract? Day 3 was making a healing doll with its own transitional object, its own little blanket. Again, engage with this. Has anything changed since then? Reflect on what's come up. How does it link to the previous days? How does it link to the future days? Day 4 was making a safe space. What does a safe space mean? Let's put our healing dolls and transitional objects into the safe space. Has anything changed? Day 5 was the personality test. Putting our personalities understanding ourselves and bringing all of these previous experiences together in one very structured and simple understanding of who we are and what we need to nurture our souls. Day 6, our solar system or onion, and understanding this personality within the broader context of our lives and our environment. Day 7 is looking at each of these days as individuals and now looking at them as a whole. How do they link to each other? What pattern do you see, if any? What do you think your strong points are? Where does your creativity shine? Where do you feel like you want to reflect a bit more, work a bit more? Are you hard on yourself? Do you need to work on your self-esteem and your ego? Have you used a lot of one very specific color? If so, what does that color mean? What does that color represent for you? What feelings does that color bring up? Have you used a lot of a particular shape, a spiral, a circle? For example, drawing on infinity. Or squares, drawing on structure and stability. Does your artwork feel messy? Does it feel contained? What feelings are coming up? Are there a lot of symbols that are repeated? For example, a lot of people tend to often draw flowers or floral arrangements. Perhaps this links to the idea of growth, or growth that takes place starting with a seedling underground in a dark place, flourishing when it comes above ground into light. Is there a lot of water represented, or an eye symbolizing clarity? Spend some time trying to work out the symbols and be your own art therapist. In my practice, we'd be there one-on-one together, going through everything together. But this is a wonderful opportunity to not only reflect on the past few days, but to also be your own art therapist. Empower yourself to work through these artworks objectively, trying to use what's come up to understand yourself better and to further nurture your soul. Once you've gone through a review of your artwork, jot down some of the feelings that have come up. Relief. Are you glad these 7 days are over? Disappointment, excitement on the journey ahead, the chapter that's been opened. Happiness, release. Was it a cathartic experience? Therapeutic? Difficult? Painful? Take a few moments and really think about what has come up for you. Once you've jotted down these various emotions, we are going to be doing our final artwork together. Taking a little piece, literally, if you'd like, snipping some pieces off of each artwork, or metaphorically, just simply absorbing, taking in, and reflecting on all the artworks. We are going to take all of these experiences over the last 6 days and put it together in one final artwork. Take a few moments, take your time to really reflect on what this artwork should be. This final exercise is yours. You are the art therapist. It's time for you to take control. You have the autonomy to choose what type of artwork you want to do and how you're going to do it, as well as how this is going to relate to nurturing your soul. These past 6 days should have been building you up to this point where you are empowered enough to take everything that we've practiced, that we've learned, that we've brought together to make a final art piece representing everything in the last 6 days. Take a few moments to really go through this. Pause the video if you need. Once this has been completed, I would like to give you my sincerest thanks for joining me on this 7-day journey. As I said before, it has been deeply meaningful for me. As we have gone through the process of nourishing our souls, my soul has been nourished every step of the way. I hope you feel the same way, and I look forward to taking many more journeys with you towards healing and a happier, more fulfilled place.